Okay, so happy Tuesday. Hope everybody is excited. This is officially Black Friday week, which is great. So we no longer have to stay quiet about everything. We can now really start talking. And hopefully you've been sending emails out anyway to your people. So I know you had just asked Jenny about posting in VIP groups, and you can start posting, but just remember, you still don't want to be spammy, right? You want to inform them on what it is. You still want to share some benefits to some things. And but you can go ahead and post those sets. You can maybe post the booklet. Here's a sneak preview of what Black Friday is going to be if you've been checking your email. But do make sure you're providing some value in there too, and not making it a complete spam fest in that group. And I was actually talking with Carla last night, and Carla, we were talking about giving a few tips this morning of what we can be doing. Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, absolutely. So the stories, as we've talked about in the past, is a great place to start to, drop some questions and engagement and really drive some engagement. So I recommend using the stories the next few days to drive some conversations. I've posted a couple things in my stories recently. I know Whitney has done this. So I'm going to be posting in my stories a video of using the hairbrush, for example. Whitney did one on mascara yesterday, and she had people reaching out to her. And all she was saying was, I love my new mascara. And she talked about how it lasted 12 hours and it didn't rub off after she was in the bitter cold wind and her eyes were watering. So really showing the value of what made our mascara different and providing value to people. And then she had people reaching out to her. I'm going to be doing a little video on the hairbrush, and I've been posting about, like, are you a procrastinator or are you a planner? You could ask questions about how far along are you on your shopping list? Do you know who you're shopping for? Just some questions to get, using the polling or those open-ended questions to get people engaging with you. And then you can start having that conversation in Messenger to see if there's anything that you can do to help ease their holiday stresses or burdens, because people are dealing with a lot right now, and we have a special gift to give people and ways to help them ease the stress of holiday shopping. So those are a couple of my tips, and I'm curious, I'd love to brainstorm with other people, and if we want to drop it in the chat here of just different ideas that people have. I know Ruth does a lot of videos too on piquing curiosity, so I'm going to go back and watch some of her videos to see how I can pull some of that information into stories. I prefer stories as opposed to the posts or your feed, just because I think you can kind of get away with a little bit more there.
I agree 100%. Thank you, Carla. And actually, when you were talking, it kind of reminded me of something with Jenny. Jenny, at this point, I would put your people into our ATM groups. I wouldn't even worry about your VIP group, right? Because there's already going to be so much content, and we're going to have so many people going live that's what's going to sell you the product for you, because it's not going to be you who typically sells it. It's going to be other people's stories that are going to sell it. So I think that if you, put the people into the ATM groups, you're going to have a lot better luck with that.
I have something else I want to share, Trish, about stories. So sometimes, guys, you don't even have to post about our products to have someone look at what we have. And I'll give you an example. So yesterday I was making yogurt at home in my Instapot, and I did a poll and I said, do you use an Instant Pot? Yes or no? And I had a lot of people respond, and 2 people actually asked me how I liked it. Like, did I like using an Instant Pot? So they responded to the poll and they asked a question in Messenger. And I said, yeah, I resisted the Instant Pot, but I absolutely love it. And they both said they're going to go look for them on Black Friday. And I said, oh, do you typically shop on Black Friday online? And they're going, yeah, this year we're going to have to. And I said, well, would you be open to looking at my catalog for potential gifts? And they go, yeah, just send it over. So even any kind of engagement, guys, can be an opener to ask people's permission, if they are shopping Black Friday, if you can share our catalog with them and help them with their shopping. So there's a lot of creative ways you can get engagement with people using stories.
Yes, that is such a great point, Ruth. I love that. And that's the thing with the stories, using the polls, things like that. Like I'm going to do one today that's kind of going to ask, more than one question, but, asking what their shopping habits typically are, what they're shopping for, where they plan on shopping, like just different ones throughout the day to get people engaging. And they'll have nothing to do with our product until later, I mean.
Trish, I have one other idea. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Okay,
but
go ahead.
Saturday is Small Business Saturday. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live on how to support small businesses and direct sellers throughout this holiday season, because Amazon is having a phenomenal year, but our small businesses, local communities, they really need our support this year. And I'm going to tie in direct sellers with that as well. So just something that I'm going to do tomorrow, and it's an idea. Feel free to take it as well. So
awesome. Thank you, Carla. And that's a great point, because our sale goes till Saturday night, and Saturday is always known as that. So that's awesome. When we're putting them in groups, are we using the link or just invite button at this point? So Heather, for the for S&P, it's always the link. Okay. The other two, it just depends. If you want us to capture the information so that we know it's your person in the group, go ahead and use the wellness link. I don't know. I know the other girls are just really getting the other group going. So I don't know if they've got their landing page yet. So Sea Life Sciences, you're probably going to have to invite them still. But we're getting that all going. Perfect. And Heather made yogurt too. We joke, we have an Instapot, and I swear all we make in it is beef stroganoff. And we're like, we need some more recipes, because otherwise it's just the beef stroganoff pot. That's it. So anyway, anybody has recipes, please send them. See, now that's a great post. Even who uses Instapot, who's got great recipes. Anything like that can open the door into other conversation.
And again, guys, always remember, go back to asking questions, right? So that whole Instant Pot crazy little conversation could have ended there. But asking the question, do you typically do your shopping online on Black Friday? Or are you doing your shopping on Black Friday this year? And then asking permission to send over the catalog, right? Say, would it be okay if I shared my catalog? You can even say it's been a tough year for so many small businesses, or there's so many people who don't want to go out to the shopping malls this year. So I'm offering this service. So just really being open to asking questions and looking for that opening that you can ask permission to share. And that's not spammy. That's, if someone's engaging with you, that's not spammy. It's just creating awareness about your business in Messenger.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. Does anybody else have any questions around that? No. All right. And does anybody else have any ideas that they want to share that they plan on doing to create engagement for Black Friday? That's what I really wanted to do today, was really open up the floor to everybody to share, so we can collaborate a little bit, because I think the biggest thing that paralyzes people is not knowing exactly what to do. And first of all, you don't need to be perfect. You just got to do something. And I think, starting with questions is always going to be a great way to do it. But again, going back and seeing some of the examples that others have done. And I had seen Whitney's post or story yesterday too about her mascara, and, love that. So Whitney, do you have any ideas to share with people of things that you've done that or might be doing to really promote Black Friday?
Not off the top of my head. I know stories is key. Just really showing the fact that you're a product of the product, entering in polls, really lead with curiosity. Yeah, that's what I've got so far, but I'll keep thinking and I'll let you know if something comes up.
Okay, but that's what you've been doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Does anybody else? So I can tell you guys, I used a different, this is not on me, this is technology breaking down between my husband and I, but I used a different email on my big email to all my customers this year. I've always, everybody who's my customer always knows my main email address, my personal email address, because that's what I've always used. And that's not what he has in ClickFunnels for us. He's got like 14 other emails in there. And so I had to go find a different email. Well, it's one that never has really gone out. And I wanted to use mine just because that's what my customers are used to seeing. That's where they get stuff from me. So anyway, I used this other email that he set up for me. Everything went to spam. Everything. Like even for like my family members went to spam. Even after they accepted the first email on Saturday, Monday's email went to spam. So now I'm just following up by text with every single person on my list and just saying, hey, I just wanted to let you know I sent you a couple emails. I've heard from others that they are all going to spam. Please check your folder. I want to see, something along the lines of, so you can see the exciting stuff I shared with you, something along those lines. But it's created so much engagement with people. And yet I've not sent them anything about Black Friday or anything because it is in the email. And I'm going to go back and give them the Black Friday list later. But it has created a good conversation with everybody who I've made it through on the list so far. I still have like 100 people to go. So this technology fails happen all around. So you just got to go with it. You got to get creative and figure out how you're going to work around it, because I can't just blast the link to everybody, right? That's not going to work at this point. So still having conversations with them and following up is what I am doing, but directing them back to their email, to their spam folder, so they can at least go check it out. And then most of them are like, well, what was it about? But the good thing is it's created a lot of back and forth conversation with people. So again, sending them now the Black Friday catalog won't be a big deal when I do it through text. So just wanted to kind of share that with you guys, that it happens to all of us. And, and the best part is the email addresses that Rob has set up in there, I don't even have set up in my email. So I had to go get all of that and set it up. So I really felt like a newbie. And, this is what my 5th Black Friday. So you just never, it's okay. You just go with it. So.
May I ask you something else? That is frustrating since you're so organized for that to happen to you.
But you just got to go with it.
That's true. Do you guys ever on Friday put the link to the catalog on your Facebook page or in any of your stuff, or do you never do that?
So in my first couple of years I did, yes. But I won't this year. And I probably will do a live, just kind of talking about something on Black Friday. I haven't decided what yet, but I'm sure we'll be doing something and, to get people there, but I won't be giving a link there. It'll be more, hey, reach out for it. So
how did that work when you did do it?
Well, because it was my first couple of years, I got a couple of responses, right? But the majority of what I got still came from emails, because I did make a list of people or of emails, even that very first year, and emailed everybody about having a new business and having Black Friday. And that's where the majority of my sales came from.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm still emailing.
Still emailing.
I'm very slow.
So guys, there is a program called do any of you have before I've hosted parties for other people, right? And other businesses. Like I used to host a Stella and Dot, and I had a whole email list together of people who I invited to that. That's kind of where I got started, because I'm like, okay, these are people who I've invited to other things before, right? So that's where I had gotten started. And then I imported it. Those first few years, I used a program called MailChimp. So you guys can use something like that. It's great because you can get it out to everybody through there. It's pretty easy to use. So it's a lot faster than to individually send to everybody. And you guys do want to be making an email list, because this won't be the one and only time you do this. You're going to want to have a list in place that you can be adding to for other future mailings. Because to be honest, when I'm really on the ball, and I did this for a really long time, I sent a monthly email to all my people, telling them about the monthly specials that Seacret had, anytime there was a new product, anything like that. And when I did that, guys, when I really was in tune, and I've gotten better over the last few months doing this with certain things, but when you can get in a habit of doing that and just sending out one thing a month to them, one, they'll typically stay on your email list a lot longer. They're going to be more engaged with you. It'll increase your sales throughout the years. But also when there comes a time that you've got some big promotion, you'll be amazed at the sales that come in. Because maybe I don't know. It was either, I think it was 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I was wrapping up one of the trips and I had sent a message out or letting people know that that I personally was running a big promotion. And I brought in $5,000 in sales in like 2 days. So when you really are taking care of your customers and have really good follow-up with them, you're setting yourself up for success for years. But even though when I was learning some of this online stuff, I will 100% admit I wasn't doing the follow-up with my customers that I should have been. Now, many of them I've still kept. They're really great customers still to this day. In fact, a lot of them still are. But it's only because I had built such a good relationship with them over those first couple of years in the company, right? It wasn't, had I not done that, probably a lot of them wouldn't have stayed with me when I wasn't so good at following up when I was doing some of the online. Okay. So just, just know that starting out right and continuing to do it the right way will pay you a lot going forward. And you're not looking for one-time sales either. What's that? Yep.
I wanted to add to your MailChimp, to that program, because I do use it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like it because you can run reports and actually see who actually opened your email and do a whole bunch of, different reports and see what your click-through rate is, all that. So that's very helpful to have that little bit of information. That way, if they didn't open it, you can reach out to that person and say, hey, did it go to spam? Like you'd mentioned that you were texting people. So I like that part. So I just want to add that.
Yeah. And any of those email autoresponders are going to give you data like that. So you're going to know what your open rate is, what your click rate is, all of that stuff. And that's how I realized something was going on with mine this time, because I had a 0 open rate, like 0. I'm like, okay, that's a little weird, because I had family members who knew it was coming. And then I contacted them and I started contacting people and they're like, I didn't get anything from you. I'm like, check your spam. Oh, I got it. And I'm like, and then I opened it up and my number started going up. Right. So that, having data like that is really key, but it's also going to help keep you organized. It's going to help you be a better customer service person with your people. Does anybody else have anything they want to add?
I have one other question.
Sure.
So do you think, I'm obviously way behind for my question. You'll know that I'm sending out stuff today. It's like, okay, the email that y'all did is really great. So I'm trying to figure out, but it's also not personal to that particular person. So am I better off just to send the big blast without people's names on it, or to go in and like individually put their name and send it? Or is that
no,
like,
you definitely want to,
you
can put their name. That's fine. So for me, in my email program I use, I have in there to put their name because they're in my system.
So it makes you see, I've never done those programs.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would let you. So it'll let you do that. You just put a place for their name and then it'll put it in there.
When you merge your list into it, it'll automatically put their name in there if you've got the right content. Like ours, I don't know what the symbol is, but basically it's parentheses, maybe name, parentheses, something along those lines, but it'll put that in there. Mm-hmm. So it does personalize it, but if you're individually sending them, for sure, personalize them.
Well, if I'm individually, that's why I was individually sending them. And then I was trying to figure out if at this point, if I'm better off just to do that and then work on setting all that up for the future.
It depends on how many more you have to go.
Okay.
You'll have to evaluate that, but I would definitely get it ready for the next time for follow-up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything they want to add? Okay, well then I think today's call is a wrap. Let's make sure we are getting on your stories, getting people into the ATM groups, getting your emails out to people, start responding to people. And if you're not getting a lot of response from your emails, you may want to send people a text. Hey, just want to let you know I had sent you something special in email. I have a feeling it went to spam. Could you verify if you got it? You know, something along those lines. And people, it will start conversation, but personalize it and, you know, just start reaching out to people. But just really reaching out, getting conversation going without just spamming them information will serve you very well for the week. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we will talk to you later. Have an awesome day.
Thank y'all.